What is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome back to another Locals feature match. This time we've got a bit of a rematch. If you guys remember the top 4 match that I posted the other week, it was between these same two decks, Striker Orcust versus Heroes, and I believe Striker Orcust took that match, commanding 2-0, I believe. But now here we have a rematch between these two decks. And let's see if Striker Orcust can take the victory again, or maybe Heroes will be able to make a comeback. So, Striker Orcust winning the dice roll, knowing what his opponent is playing, is going to opt to make him go first, because his deck does excel quite a bit at going second, to say the least. So, getting started here with the Vision Hero Vion, he's going to go ahead and special one from his deck. Or send one actually, and that is going to be the Shadow Mist, which is going to add the Malicious, and then using Vion's other effect to banish the hero from the grave to be able to search, I believe, a Polymerization. So yeah, getting quite a bit of advantage off just one Vion there. And if you guys are interested in picking up anything on TCG Player, of course, a quick reminder to use my affiliate link to them down in the description below. So fusioning right into a Destiny Hero Dangerous with a copy of Increase and a copy of Mally. Just getting that Mally to the graveyard is crucial. Of course, to be able to summon out another copy of itself. At this point, we could probably look to see maybe a Cross Crusader. So we're going to link away the Vion and the Dangerous for the Cross Crusader, as you might expect. And we'll see a Phantasme as Chainlink 1, and an Impermanence as Chainlink 2, and a Mass Change as Chainlink 3, targeting the Cross Crusader. And he's going to tag that out for a Dark Law. Everything is going to resolve now. Cross Crusader will still get to summon the Dangerous, and Darklaw is going to now be able to take a card out of his hand, because he did add a card from deck to hand, and see what card gets taken out right now. He's going to roll for it, and there's a re-roll needing to happen, so he's going to hit a 4, and it is a copy of Engage is going to get sniped out of his hand. That's not what you wanted to see. But seemingly the Phantasme turning off the Striker spell is doing a very good job at that. But, I mean, Phantasme is still nonetheless a very, very good card. So now we're going to continue on here, looking to link off the Darklaw and that other copy of Mally. Checking his extra deck for other link options. Of course, he has a Cross Crusader, he has the Wonder Diver, and he has the Dread Decimator, which I don't even think he can make at this point. But going to go for another Cross Crusader. I'm going to use Mally's effect here once more to summon out the final copy from his deck, and then using Cross Crusader's other effect that he didn't get to use because of the Phantasme and the Impermanence, and getting tagged out with the Mass Change. So we can attribute that away and add a copy of Shadow Mist, and then use a Dusted Gold to be able to search that copy of Dark Calling. And then he's going to go ahead and play that and be able to banish the Dark Law as the level 5 or higher, and the Dusted Gold for none other than Malicious Bane. Summon that out in defense. Use its effect to blow up the Phantasme. And with that being all said and done, he's going to pass there. Still a pretty solid field. No Dark Law. The Dark Law has been baited out, but our Orcust player's hand is seemingly so bad that he's not even going to try and play through that field. And we're going to head into game 2, so Heroes actually taking the commanding win. They're in game 1 despite being made going first. Seemingly this deck can excel both at going first and going second. So getting started with Vion here, much like we saw the previous game. Adding this time Ferris and a Polymerization. And then summoning Ferris by discarding the Malicious. Very strong opening here. So, and as he goes about his turn, of course, I want to make a quick shout out to our sponsor at Imperium Duelist. If you guys are interested in picking up any playmats, any dice, any sleeves, I believe they have a deck box on the way, or have one out already. New playmat bags and things like that. So I highly recommend you guys check them out if you haven't already. That playmat there on the left is from Imperium Duelist, two-player cloth playmat. Huge selection of cloth playmats on their website, so check them out. And you can use that discount code WinnerKills10 off to save 10% off your entire order here. So now getting started with the Cross Crusaders effect, tributing off the Mally as it does, and still has the Ferris in the equip zone, but adding a copy of Plasma here. Now that card is extremely strong. to say the least. Basically the one-sided skill drain. Very, very hard card to deal with. Thankfully, it only has 1900 attack. Then using the increase here, tributing off the Mally to be able to summon it out to the main monster zones. And then following up, summoning another copy of Increase. Just seemingly trying to get tribute fodder here for this Plasma. Does have a copy of Polymerization and Fusion Destiny in his hand as well. So definitely some plays to be made here still. Gonna fusion away the Bubble Man and the Increase for an absolute 0. Now if this card leaves the field, it does destroy all monsters, I believe, either on the field or that your opponent controls. One or the other, but a very, very powerful fusion. Simply if it leaves the field, it is going to blow up a lot of things. Now using Mally here again to summon out another copy of itself, and this time going for the Tribute 3 for the Plasma. So ending on Plasma and Absolute 0. Saving that copy of Fusion Destiny. And end phase, we'll see a Gizmek Orochi here on the Orcust side. Hopefully you didn't banish too many key pieces off of that. So Gizmek Orochi, as it stands, will already be able to run over the Plasma. So this is good. Wants to be able to run over that card as soon as possible because it looks like he has a copy of Dark Grepher in his hand. So he's going to attack over the Plasma, and then Increase's effect will activate to be able to, you know, send a hero monster in the main monster zone to summon itself out, which could trigger the Absolute 0. So he's going to use Gizmek Orochi here to trigger that, you know, basically bait it out. He's going to use the Increase to tribute away the Absolute 0, triggering its effect to blow up the Gizmek Orochi. And now he's used the other effect of Gizmek this turn, so he won't be able to summon it this turn. And that's going to summon Vion, which of course is going to dump the classic Shadow Mist to add the Adusted Gold, which next turn can get him that Dark Calling, which, you know, of course is going to bring out Malicious Bane. So you've got to try and make some sort of play happen right now because his hand is getting stacked, as we can see. We know he has Fusion Destiny, and he also has Adusted Gold, so you've got to make a play happen now. Getting started with Dark Grepher, though. Dumping that Harp Horror to the grave. Summoning out Orcust Nightmare, so seemingly has full combo for the most part right now. And then linking off into a copy of Galatea. Putting it in the bottom extra monster zone there, and then using its effect to put back the Symbol Skeleton, debating on a Crescendo, or perhaps looking at Babel. I mean, at this point, what good does being able to play on your opponent's turn do at this point? I feel like taking the interruption here would be a bit better. But it's just like trying to make the Crescendo live whilst also being able to have a good field that can do something against the board that he's going to make. Because he's going to be able to at least get 2 fusions on field very easily next turn. And he's already exhausted his battle phase too. So as it stands, the Vion and the Increase are going to be staying where they are unless he's able to clear one with Dingirsu. Which is not that much value out of Dingirsu for the send effect to be able to just clear one of those cards. So, debating right now on the Symbol Skeleton. Because, I mean, your only options really at this point are to bring out the Nightmare. Really not a whole lot you can do here. And again, if you go into the Dingirsu, you cannot make the Crescendo live. So, stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Seemingly going to use the Nightmare and going to, I believe, send a copy of Harp Horror and then using Symbol to summon out the Harp Horror. Now, I believe if he would have been able to make the Gizmek live here, or if you can make a way to get into Zeroboros, you know, the game essentially can be sealed because of one well-timed Zeroboros wipe against this hero deck could very easily seal the deal. But it just looks like he is lacking the resources at this point to be able to set that up, to be able to send the Vion to the graveyard, and he has to pass. And we're going to see him, before you leave main phase, a Nibiru, and that is not looking good. So even if he was able to get into a Zeroboros, it looks like it would not have mattered. Giving him that Primal Being token And at this point, you just have to hope you survive the onslaught. And Fusion Destiny getting started with, you know, that is not a good sign. Because Heroes likes to do one thing, and it does one thing well, and that is just kill you in the battle phase. So dumping Celestial Dial and Dynatag to the grave here, and going for Dystopia, using Dynatag's effect to be able to increase the attack of one monster by 1,000. And when Dystopia has different attack than its original attack, you can destroy a card in the field. So be able to clear this Nibiru token if need be, even though it is a very small Nibiru token at 2,500 attack, 0 defense, because all it ended, well, no, it would have the increases attack and defense as well, but still at the end of the day, a very small token. E-Call going for Stratos, popping the Nibiru token, and then going for the Stratos here, and then going to either add some other extender or just the Honesty Neos, which at 8,000 right now, at 28, well, we're going to link off actually now into another Cross Crusader. Cross Crusader going to bring out the Dystopia back once more, and now can go into the battle phase here and boost any of these monsters by 25, but he still has that Adusted Gold in hand, which can go grab Dark Calling, which can bring out Malicious Bane, which is going to stack on even more damage. So yeah, easy decision to make at this point, going for the Dark Calling. And also, one thing I want to mention, I do have this hero player's deck profile for you guys, so I will be getting that out to you as soon as possible, so stay tuned for that, because I know a lot of people have been asking for a hero profile, and got around to getting one the other day, so be looking forward to that. So yeah, Malicious Bane comes out, he'll take the 28, he'll take the 3k, and he has a Gizmek play to block damage, but you know, Nibiru is a card, and it's still not a lot he can do at the end of the day, especially with the Honest Neos there, being able to boost things up. It just won't make too big of a difference, unfortunately, because he could summon out the Gizmek, running over the Nibiru, and then Honesty Neos boosting up the Cross Crusader for even more damage. So Heroes taking the swift 2-0 this time around, taking the revenge in this rematch. So yeah, who would have thought? I mean, Heroes is a really strong deck regardless, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my affiliate link to TCG Player, and don't forget to check out Imperium Duelist as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, hero deck profile is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And as always, Winterkill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.